Greetings, Goddess Body, Mind, Spirit community. This is your Goddess Guru, Omilade, here to share a word of inspiration with you on your path to self-realization and self-mastery. Happy full moon in Pisces. We are into this thing. We have been on a wild ride all year long. Good morning, Kwanubian. Thank you for joining me. Thank you to everyone who's here. I just wanted to get on really quickly and share a word just in case anyone's looking for a way of understanding this full moon energy. It is the energy of Pisces, and the full moon is all about illumination. So we're looking to see what's being illuminated in our lives right now. What is our focus? And sometimes what we need to focus on is the exact opposite of what we're focusing on. So maybe the full moon will illuminate what you need to stop thinking about and perhaps shift your thoughts and directions and your attention in a different direction. Another thing that we want to think about is, where are those areas in our life that we really need to make a change, make a difference, to be different, to think differently, to do differently. That is being illuminated right now. And I can tell you, baby, all this stuff has been illuminated all year long. We've been getting messages about what we need to do and what we need to change. And, you know, this is the energy, this year is the energy of Shango, Haru. So we're not having pity parties. There are no pity parties this year. There's no room for pity parties. There's no room for acting like a victim. This is a year for us to stand in our power. And that's actually the energy that is spoken today, the energy of Shango, Haru. Shango Haru is saying, stand in your power. You are a queen. You are a king. Why are you sitting here acting like you have no say-so, no control of your life, no control of your destiny? Your destiny is yours. Your destiny is yours to embrace, to hold on to live out. And so I am encouraging everyone. That's right. I am encouraging everyone, wherever you're having pity parties, perhaps that's the area you need to do a nice overhaul. You need to, when we get to that new moon, well, right now, as we leave this full moon energy, we need to start thinking about what we need to let go of that's causing us the pity parties. And then when we get to that new moon, we want to think about these areas that have been illuminated, where we are sitting here crying, oh, poor pitiful me, and say, you know what, I'm not going to live that way anymore. That has been my experience with this energy of Shango Haru. This is the energy of the sun. This is the energy of Leo. And it's the energy that told me, no pity parties, because I used to be the pity party queen, baby. Why me? Why is it so hard? And so this energy taught me, take responsibility for your life. Take responsibility for everything that happens to you. Even the things that we don't like, we take responsibility for. Even when it seems like someone did something to us, we take responsibility for it, because it's our life. And when we understand ourselves on the higher spiritual level, beyond this space-time continuum, beyond this physical body, beyond this, good morning, hey Fabi, beyond, you know, the constructs that we have set around our minds. When we understand ourselves beyond that, then we're able to take control. We're able to take the power back and stand in our power and to change whatever is going on in our lives that we don't like. So no pity parties. We are in September. Shango, Haru, Herikahuti, this hot, fiery, masculine energy has been speaking to us all year, even in the form of the Leo eclipse. Come to a lunar and a solar eclipse. We are being beckoned to stand in our queendom, to stand in our kingdom with strength, power, and courage. Okay? No crying. We are in charge of our destiny. And so Pisces is giving us, this Pisces moon is giving us an opportunity to look to see What do we need to let go of? Because Pisces rules things that we need to let go of. It's the final house. It's the house that is the end before Aries begins. And so we know with an ending, there's a beginning. But baby, you got to have the ending. Okay? So what do you need to let go of? That's what this full moon will illuminate for you. It also will illuminate for you, where do you need to have more compassion? And typically, majority of the people I know, we need to have some self-compassion. We can have compassion for everybody else. But then what do? We beat up on ourselves. So how can you stand as the queen that you are, as the king that you are, when you constantly are beating yourself up? So I encourage you to have some self-compassion. Cut yourself some slack. You know, at the end of the day, even though I talk about how we're so spiritual, we're beyond this body. We have all this power and this strength. At the end of the day, we're still in human form. Okay? And so as we are in this human form, we have to understand we're going to have weak times. We're going to have times when we don't feel good. We're going to have times when we just downright do something that is wrong. We know in our spirits it's not right. And then what do? We start beating up on ourselves. We don't even want to go after what is ours because we're like, oh, I know I did something wrong. If I go after what I want, maybe it won't happen because I was wrong. You know what the good Christians say? Repent. What does repent mean? Repent means just go in a different direction. Just don't do it anymore. All right? If you have stopped, you've made the change, you've done the right forgiveness work, then have some self-compassion. If you find that you have those areas of weaknesses, and so this is why self-realization is so important. You have those areas of weaknesses. So, for some of us, it might be I'll just talk about myself. I struggle with self-esteem. That's part of my destiny, though. And so I have to understand with these areas of weaknesses, I may fall. You know how we talk about fall, but then we have to get back up. But then, what happens is we don't have self-compassion for ourselves, so we fall and we stay stuck in our stumble. We have to say to ourselves, it's okay if I don't get everything perfect. It's okay if I have to really work to overcome this thing. For some people, it may be an addiction. For some people, it may come in the form of just bad relationship issues. You just make bad decisions when it comes to friends. That's in some people's destiny, that you will step into self-realization through learning how to have healthy relationships. And so for every bad relationship that you experience, if you learn the lesson, forgive yourself. Okay? Forgive yourself for wasted time. Forgive yourself for abusing your body, however that may be, through food, through sex, through drugs, alcohol. We have to have self-compassion. We also have to have compassion for other people. I call it granting folks grace, because I understand we all are human, and just like I fall, other people fall. And so we have to have compassion. And we know we're really evolving. And this one, sometimes this is when you know you really a queen and a king. When you can have compassion for somebody who's really what we would consider ugly, nasty, mean. Some of us would even label them as evil. Baby, that's how you know you are really, that's right. Forgive yourself for wasted time, Quanubian. But that's how you know that you are really making advancements, because you can have compassion, because at the end of the day, we are all one. This is what Pisces is about. We're all one. So if I can't look at you and love you because I think I don't like something about you, or you did something I don't like, then I need to do some work, because we're all one. And in the human form, we fall into the sea of forgetfulness. Anyone who has a lot of Pisces energy knows, and that would be me, Pisces sun here. I got a lot of stuff going on in my Pisces house too. Anyone who works with Pisces energy knows that we are we don't really remember a whole lot if it's not super important. Like Pisces energy is dissolution. You know, it's ruled by Neptune. But baby, it's also ruled by Jupiter. All right? Which is about wisdom. So we're not sitting up here acting like, sometimes I get tired of folks hating on Pisces. Yeah. Hey, Carter Ellis. Yes, Pisces. So it's about you have to learn to let things go. We have to learn how to see beyond, you know, the physical. I lost my train of thought getting caught up in being a Pisces sun. But, you know, this thing with compassion is about us understanding we are all one, okay? And so if we're all one, we have to have compassion because, that's what I was saying. When we get in this physical form, it is so easy to forget. It is easy to forget that we are all one. It is easy to forget the energetic connection that we have. And so what do? We judge. We treat each other mean. And we witness people doing that. And then we fall into judging them. That's the one thing I've had to learn about myself. Oh, I'm so loving. But by the same token, I can't stand this, or I can't stand that, or this group of people, or that group of people. They're not treating this group right. So we have to get our compassion, what do we call it? What do I want to say? Capacity expanded during Pisces. And when we think about quantum physics, the quantum field is being affected by all of us. It's being affected by our thoughts, by our actions, by our energies, by our beliefs, by what we feel. And so if I decide I will operate from the place of compassion, even with that 7 times 70 that Jesus talked about, I forgive 7 times 70. And I don't know anybody I've had to forgive that many times, but I forgive 7 times 70 and more. And I continue to send that out. Someone else is going to catch it, and then they're going to send it out, and then someone else is going to catch it, and they're going to send it out. We have to believe this. When we're fighting, we have to be fighting for that which is worthy. Okay? All this bombs and this you and me and everything that's going on in the world is being exacerbated because we're all falling into it. If we say, no, that's not the way I'm going. I was going to say resist, but that's not the word I want to say. Choose. This is what Shango Haru says. Choose. If we choose to go in the other direction of compassion, other people are going to have to get on this compassion train, baby. I call it the compassion playground. Do you want to play on the compassion playground? That means you must have some compassion for yourself. And you must have compassion for others. You really want to see if you can find people you can have compassion for who you don't really like. Like that stinky man sitting on the side of the road who we think, oh, he's just a bum. He's just an alcoholic. I don't want to give him my money because he might go and use my money to go and buy drugs. Or that woman who's sitting on the side of the road collecting money. I see them all the time in Nashville, baby. All the time here in Middle Tennessee. Standing on the side of the road, holding up the sign, I'm homeless or whatever. You're looking at them like, really? Are you homeless? Are you jobless? Because there's a difference between homeless and jobless. But you know what? My compassion has made me say, I don't care. If my spirit tells me to give somebody some money, I'm going to give them money. Because, you know, a lot of times I'm wondering when you see people with no teeth, you using drugs, what difference does that make to me? That's not my business. If they take that money and go use it for drugs, even though I gave it to them for the right reason, maybe as I hand them that money and I look at them when I give them that money and I say, you have a good day. It's so nice seeing you. Here you go. Thank you. You know, maybe that part of it will touch them. Right? Intent, Quanubian. So we have to have compassion. I'm having to have compassion for the powers that be. I'm really conspiracy theory right now. I'm mad at the government, and not just the present government in the United States. Baby, this goes back a while. But it's messing me up on the inside. You know, it's making me mad and everything. And then guess what? I don't do what I'm supposed to do. And that's what this is all about. We want to stand in our power. Okay? And the way to do it, going back to Jupiter and Pisces, not to say Jupiter is in Pisces right now. Neptune is in Pisces, baby. Neptune is retrograde. For those of us who are Pisces, we're seeing everything for what it really is. Pisces, do not lie to yourself and everyone else. With Pisces, Neptune is in Pisces. Do not fall for illusions. We've got to be real, okay? But Pisces is ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter says, operate from a place of wisdom. What is your spiritual life like? Even me, who considers herself to be a person that I cannot live without spirituality, baby, I need to go deeper. You know, you start thinking about Pisces and that Neptune, that's the ocean. The ocean goes so deep that most of us, I'm trying to think. Very few people get down there, I'll put it that way. That's how deep the ocean is. It's some deep, dark mysteries. You start seeing all those fish. It's some I think it's a squid or something like that. Octopus. You will never see this octopus because it's so deep down in that water and it's dark. That's what Pisces is calling us to do, is to descend into the depths of our spiritual selves, descend into the depths of our spiritual practices. I don't care how spiritual you think you are, baby. Pisces is calling us to go deeper. And the deeper we go, the brighter our lights will shine, which is the energy of Shango. This Leo energy we've been dealing with is the sun. And it takes deep spirituality, deep spiritual work. It takes unplugging from this world that wants you to get caught up in all of its trappings. It takes unplugging from the world and making that choice to study that spiritual text, to ponder, to chant, to do our yogic practices, our kriyas, to shift the way that we eat so that we have a nice spiritual relationship with this food that we're eating, that the food supports us spiritually. So this could be a time for you to make a commitment to your spiritual practices. You know, my astrologer, one of my astrologers said, Leo, the season of Leo is the spiritual new year. My friend who is a Kundalini yoga instructor told me that October is a new year in another tradition. I can't remember. Ooh, if you're on Fabi, what is that? Is it numerologically or is that for Kundalini yoga? New year, October. Anyway, we can look at this as a new year if we want. I look at this time of year as the waning part of the year because we're descending into the darkness. And so this time, as we're approaching the fall equinox, this is a time for us to start realizing we're getting to that place where we want to take Oya, the energy of change, the winds of change, and letting it go and release, which is where we are right now with this moon phase. You want to take Oya's broom and you want to sweep and sweep and sweep and sweep all fall. Sweep away whatever you don't want. Aren't you tired of not getting what you want? Are you tired of landing in the same place year after year? So we want to start working on that. And as we do that, we start making those renewals, those commitments to the things that we want to strive for. And in the wintertime, we start doing things to, maybe we put things in place. We go into that conservation time and we are really pondering and meditating and gestating our dreams so that when spring hits, baby, we are ready to run with this thing. Everyone, I feel like, sort of has their own personal seasons. But right now, the focus is Pisces. I'm getting ahead of myself. And so for the full moon, just to sum it up, we want to think about compassion. I'm so happy I logged on today. We want to think about compassion, self-compassion, and compassion for those who perhaps we see as the other. We want to think about standing in our power and not crying and acting like victims. We want to think about having courage and confidence in ourselves. If we don't have it, what do we need to do to have that courage and that confidence? So that when we do that, it is so easy to take responsibility for our lives. We want to deepen our spiritual practices. We want to make a commitment to wherever we are, how can we go deeper into our spiritual selves, into our spiritual practices? And we want to think about where are we on this thing. You know, I sort of am in a new phase because of all this eclipse energy. Though this is the waning part of the year, I'm looking at what do I need to do to build and be in build phase of certain things. And so you have to sort of figure out, where are you? Are you like in deep release phase? Then that is what your new year is about. You are now releasing the old. Sometimes it takes a little while to do that. Some of us are in build phase. Some of us are in both. We might be in both, leaning heavier to one or the other. And so you have to figure out what is the focus. And so I encourage you right now to just think about really what's being illuminated for you. And are you really focused on the right thing? Are you stuck in your stumble? And if you are, what definitive step can you take that will move you in the direction that you want to go? Because baby, guess what? We're not going anywhere if we do not start taking action in a new direction. We will stay where we are if we don't do something different. I'll give you a quick example. You know, y'all know me. I've been talking about my weight. And so yesterday I posted a video about how menopause, this journey into menopause, I'm not there yet, is driving me crazy. And how it's making me realize the very things I used to say, oh, I cannot do that. To lose weight, that's what I'm doing. And I'm really beginning to consider this, eat only 1 to 3 meals a day. For me right now, 3 meals a day is my goal with no snacking. I'm a snacker. I love to snack. I have so much Yemoja, Cancerian, moon type energy in me. Emotional eating has always been my way. See? You see how I'm stuck there? I've always emotionally eaten. It's very challenging for me. You know, these are the kind of conversations I have with myself. Then I said, boo, do you want to lose this extra weight or don't you? And I'm like, yes, I do. Okay, well, your guru is saying, this is my health guru, is saying, stop eating so much food. Just eat 3 meals a day. It's not just caloric decrease. It's when you eat 3 times a day, try to get down to 2 times a day, maybe once a day. And I'm thinking, once a day? But I'm beginning to learn and I'm beginning to embrace, you know what, this new way. This is something that I perhaps need to do in order to get results. I did it, and guess what? Within like a week, I lost 2 pounds. I was like, now it's 3 meals. I'm not down to 2 meals yet. Whew. But I'm allowing myself to realize if I want to change, I've got to change. That's what we got to do. If you want to change, you've got to change. At the beginning of the year, the word from Baba Femi of OIDSI that I share with you all is change or decay. What? Another one, change or be changed. So I just say choose to change yourself. You know how you need to change. You know what you need to do differently. No crying. The powers that be want us to think we have no power over our lives. No, that is not true. We cannot buy into that. All right? So be one with the moon. I looked at the moon last night through the clouds. It was so beautiful. Go be with the moon. Talk to the moon. Feel the moon within you. You have your own inner moon. And allow the spirits to speak to your life. Listen to what they say and follow their guidance. This is Tyra Omilade, your goddess guru, here hoping that you have an awesome full moon, that it is productive, that it is beautiful. Oh, y'all, we might be a little sleepy. We might be a little sleepy today. You know, Pisces is all about sleep. We love to sleep. So if you feel sleepy, don't judge yourself. If you can get a quick little 5-minute, 15-minute power nap, do so. It's okay. Maybe a revelation will come to you in that dream. The other day, I told my mother, I'm so distraught. Oh, I'm just beat up right now, Mom. I need you to come to me in my dream. Guess who dreamt about her mama? And it felt so good because I saw my mother in my dream. Alrighty. Anyway, if you need divination, let me know. I would love to divine on your behalf. I'll put the information in the description box, and you can request a reading from me. I would love to divine on your behalf. And also, it's not too late to come to the Great Mother Celebration. If you want to be in community and celebrate the goodness of the Great Mother Goddess energy, we are doing that through the Institute of Whole Life Healing in Lexington, Kentucky on September 22nd through the 25th. ManyPathsOneTruth.org. I will put that in the description box below. We're going to have workshops and a celebration in general. It's such good energy. And it basically is an experience where we come together, and when you leave, baby, it's some time release healing in it that will take you for a full year, and you'll always want to come so you can get that medicine of the mother that we have at the Great Mother Celebration. Hey, love you all. Wishing y'all a great day. Take care. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you would, share it with anyone you think would benefit from it. I love y'all. Peace.